soap, that's all.
Okay.
Okay? So basically, if something goes wrong, I'm gonna have someone, you know, and I'm gonna kind of keep an eye on the
Is there a plug I could plug this in here and just leave it there?
Yeah, man, sure. It's $20. You can plug whatever.
Whatever.
Leave that short, man.
Yeah, I know.
Gonna be inconvenient for you, mate. You can come over here. Try it there. Oh, you know what I go? Yeah. No. We're gonna do it. What? I'm gonna give you battery.
Yeah?
That's
Yeah.
better, yeah. What connector you have here? No,
Not those ones? Okay. It's a USB-C.
Oh, okay. Don't worry. Give me a second. That's easy.
I don't mind going and grabbing it, but right now it's gonna be...
Where's my bag? Oh, here.
Thank you so much.
Man, years and that. I have everything.
Experience.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna give it both to you because I'm not sure if they charge you all.
What, that?
Let me know. I have a heavy one. I'm not sure if you want the heavy one.
Oh, that works.
Yeah.
Fine. Thank you so much.
No problem, mate.
Sorry.
So grab the chair.
Yep.
So we in 2 minutes I'm gonna start.
Okay.
So usually I put the cover screen. I start the streaming with this cover screen. You can talk whatever, don't worry at that moment.
Okay.
It doesn't take sound from the microphones.
Okay.
So disregard any issues. By the way.
Hello.
Welcome, folks, online to the spectacle that is SCROSOPPI FC versus Pickering FC.
It's a very great matchup here, Joseph, as we get set for a rematch of two League One Women's Championships matches that we had last season between these two clubs, where two nail-biters, I would say the least. One a tie between the first matchup between SCROSOPPI and Pickering back on May 18th of last year, and then a close 3-2 SCROSOPPI FC win on July 26th. So you know there's some tension between these two clubs when you get the kickoff going.
Oh, for sure. SCROSOPPI, though, I would say, are still favourites in this tie, having finished second last year in an impressive league title chase, where they finished with top goals for the division with 37 and actually had the least losses with 3, but were just unlucky to miss out in the end.
It is unfortunate. It came down honestly to that last game of the season between Waterloo and Unionville. If Unionville would have won or tied that game against Waterloo, SCROSOPPI would have had a better chance of getting up to the Premier in a promotion. Instead, unfortunately, losing in that playoff matchup and looking to now take the hopeful easier route up to the Premier with no Waterloo in the picture.
Absolutely. Even though last year North Mississauga finished 9th in the Premier Division, they still looked a class above SCROSOPPI in that nail biter there.
Absolutely, and obviously, Joseph, when you look at this SCROSOPPI side, a lot of returning faces, and the big notable one I'm going to bring up in this one is Elisa Paolucci in between the sticks. And honestly, the things I saw last year out of her coming in clutch for this team when they needed her, she is a key piece to this women's team here.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to have to see if she's still got the magic this year, but I think we all know the answer so far.
Absolutely. But another thing, though, two very, very key losses, though. Obviously, Alexia Rooms on defense and Hara Zingano in the midfield. Two crucial pieces last year for this side. Unfortunately, going over to the Portugal leagues to play after last season's League One Women's Championship campaign.
We're all set to start, folks, with SCROSOPPI FC lining up in the all black, while Pickering is going for the white and black combination. And we're off. SCROSOPPI just looking to take some control early on in the game here. Good defending there from Pickering, as they look to drive up the field now. Hope Winbank just with a great run there, but nothing, no end product at the end.
No, absolutely, Joseph. Unfortunate ending to that run, but just an amazing run from Pickering FC's end from Hope Winbank, and unfortunately just ran that ball right out of bounds, looking for some options. Unfortunately, the heavy defense of SCROSOPPI just wouldn't allow that to come through.
This is a great run here. And there's a strike at the end. It's a good save.
In, Mackie, in, Hope, in.
I think 2 previous plays, Joseph, I've seen both SCROSOPPI and Pickering calling for handballs. I'm just thinking that they are believing that they are getting the handball ASAP. Obviously, with the arm going out, no, it has to be hand to ball, but not ball to hand.
Absolutely. In this day and age as well with handballs, it's really tricky for the referees to know what correct decision to make. If the hand's down, I tend to think that they're not going to call it, but you never know. It depends on the ref. Off SCROSOPPI, and that'll be a throw-in now for Pickering. It's good play. Fair challenge, says the referee.
Sammy your bucket, second ball, hey, one of you can push, one goes.
It's a bit of a hopeful long ball there.
I think the intention was for that pass to end up on a Pickering foot and into the back of the net. Unfortunately, that just with the wind too carrying it, you could see the curve in it going the other way. So unfortunately, with the read of that, you have to also play in the factor, is the wind going to take the ball away from you?
Absolutely. Neither team so far has been able to take control, I'd say, yet.
No, it's very even strength back and forth. One crucial mistake could honestly lead one of these sides to make that crucial mistake into what could be a very, very big gift for either side.
SCROSOPPI there choosing to boot from the back rather than build up like we've seen before. Do you think this is going to be the approach for the rest of the game, or just here and there?
I think what they're trying to do is trying to give that give and go. You could see Maya Newcomb just a little too far in, so obviously with that boot going up for that long ball to try and get her on the run, unfortunately she just didn't read that properly, and we'll see what happens there. I don't really think that should be the approach of all in the SCROSOPPI game, but they do have a tendency to, a lot from last year, to play a very long ball, and it has been dangerous and worked out for that side.
It's a costly mistake there. SCROSOPPI just seeming to struggle a bit with the press when it does come on from Pickering.
Absolutely, and you could see the heavy pressure. I think this Pickering side has taken notes from last year with the draw and the loss.
Absolutely, this is a bit better though. Oh, that's a lovely ball. It's well defended in the end, but it was a clever Travella pass there.
Yeah, I was going to say a clever Travella pass there. And just an excellent read. I think that's the momentum that's going to get you through, is when you can read that run and get your teammate to go around your defender and get that ball. It's going to be a crucial piece.
Always dangerous against the high line is the runs in behind. So if they can continue to use those, they're going to have opportunities for sure.
Closer to goal. Closer, Soleil. Closer to goal. Hopi! Sammy, 1 or 2 touches. T, 1 or 2 touches.
Let's see if they can make something happen from this corner now. Our first of the game. No, they cannot.
Hey, Clara! Clara! Up, Hope, up! Up, Brookie! Soleil, no. Drop, Brooke, drop, keep it. Yeah, there. Do it, Brooke, do it!
What's it again trying to build out?
Well, those blocks, these
They've won it high. And it's a finish! From Kennedy Price, that is. They won the ball high and it cost SCROSOPPI, who we have noted already has struggled with building out the back from this press.
And you could see they were trying to clear that ball out, trying to get it out of harm's way. Unfortunately, the first bounce took a bounce, I believe, off their own defender, and then it fell onto the Pickering foot. So a gift there for Pickering off that bounce. So SCROSOPPI needs to capitalize and find a way to get into. We haven't seen them that much in the Pickering end.
No, we haven't.
By number 18, Serena McDonald.
Sorry about that, all the viewers online. The goal scorer was Serena McDonald of Pickering FC.
It's sometimes so hard to see just how far down the pitch a goal scorer. I made that mistake so many times.
They've worked it well here, Pickering. And they've got numbers up if she can find anyone in the box. Oh, it looks like she's going straight to the net. It's a good save in the end.
And that's the kind of thing for SCROSOPPI FC, what I was saying earlier, how crucial Elisa Paolucci is. When you need her to step up onto the big stage, she will help out in any way possible.
Absolutely, it was a great save, coming out, making herself big. But SCROSOPPI right now, they look poor. They look like they could be beaten.
Guess a near offside call there, it looks like.
They prepare to go long here. Just holding on to the ball a bit too long there, as Pickering look to recycle it. Cameron, Pickering are not waiting around for anyone. They're trying to get it done. They're trying to get it done fast.
They are, absolutely. The pressure is coming on high alert for SCROSOPPI, but they have to find a way, like you said, Joseph, earlier. We need to see a way where these guys can turn it around and get into the Pickering end. I mean,
it just looks unlikely at the moment, just with the sluggish passing, the slow movements. There's little movement up top right now.
And one crucial piece could be the communication as well. You hear it in the back end of this pitch, the communication going to the defense and goaltender Elisa Paolucci. But not as much, Joseph, in the higher end at the attack.
No, not at all. Seen a bit of a higher press now from SCROSOPPI, and they've managed to win the ball high from it. just forcing it a tad, I'm noticing, from SCROSOPPI, and that might be evidence of going down 1-0 already, or maybe it's the game plan from the coach himself, but just forcing it ever so little there.
Absolutely, and you want to kind of like, in these ends right now, it's still very, very early. We're only 12 minutes in, almost in the 13 minutes marker. You want to slow the game down still. There's still time to get the equalizer. You just got to find the quick mistake from this Pickering side, like they did with SCROSOPPI on the first goal, and capitalize on it.
This is a Pickering team that wasn't doing anything that's blowing anyone's socks off last season as well, finishing with 6 wins, 6 draws, 6 defeats, and finishing on a 0-goal difference. So seeing this start, you wouldn't know that SCROSOPPI were the ones that finished second last season, would you?
No, absolutely not. You're all wrong there, but one thing I could say for hopeful right now too is that SCROSOPPI FC can get these like bouncing balls off on their end and find momentum. Like we could see what we saw last year with the goals and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. They had a turnaround on the books when they went from 1-0 to 2-1 up, but were rescued, Pickering, by their goal scorer in the 89th minute. That goal scorer was Kaylee Mackay, who rescued the point at the death. But always a close game between these two.
Absolutely. Like we were saying it just before, right at the start, Joseph, that this SCROSOPPI side and Pickering side only separated by 1 goal last year. Obviously, the first meeting was a draw, and then an unfortunate 3-2 loss for the Pickering side.
Yeah.
You would think Pickering right off the gate with that 1-0 lead would like to try and get an extra goal in before the half, and maybe in the second half slow it down and make SCROSOPPI then start chasing the game.
Absolutely. I don't think the Pickering side will want to slow things down too early and let themselves take on too much pressure.
And these bounces too, one thing both teams have to be aware of, especially SCROSOPPI right now, you always want to make sure with these bounces on the turf that you have good control. And we saw like just there, Vanessa Pianta almost lost the ball to Pickering. Thankfully it did go out.
Absolutely. It does look a mistake in this back line for SCROSOPPI, as they're facing the press again. It's a lovely touch to get away from the defender if she can find her man.
Hey, get your sheep! Sheep!
Real leader in net they've got, haven't they, SCROSOPPI?
Absolutely. Elisa Paolucci coming up big again.
SCROSOPPI opting to play out again. Bit better this time, but they look scared under that pressure. Not there, though.
Absolutely. That clearance was not what you want to see out of SCROSOPPI.
No. It's a ball in. Oh, unlucky.
Great read there on that cross. Almost, that could have been probably the second goal early on, but just missed her head. But what a great cross that was. And again, Hope Windabank, I want to say again, has been reading the SCROSOPPI defense like a book right now. She has been so key with the crosses and the long ball and the short pass, whatever.
She has as well, and especially in this 3-5-2 system that I'm noticing from Pickering, she's been given license to get forward on that right flank and really be a threat, and causing an overload with the striker as well. That's a great ball from her, and then finished off yet again by Serena McDonald.
Her second goal of this game, an unbelievable finish. And again, Hope Windabank. Windabank, my apologies there. Hope Windabank again with another big cross from her.
Just looks like hope that SCROSOPPI FC have no answers for what's being played at them at the moment.
No, this is not what you want to see out of this side. A very looking different side now with going down 2-0 early. I've seen them come back from games, Joseph, but I've seen it from 1 goal. I haven't seen it from 2 just yet.
We've never seen this from Pickering against them either, where they've taken this kind of advantage early on.
Absolutely.
And they don't look like they're going to give up on giving it a couple more tries to get more as well.
And again, that's not what you want to see out of Pickering. That was almost Maya Newcomb coming in and getting that ball, and now it's turned over again.
Well, that second goal is really going to push SCROSOPPI to have to put the foot on the pedal and get something going early here.
Absolutely. You're not wrong there, Joseph.
They've done well there in the end to not lose it. They're looking to get forward again, and Hope Winterbank is open again on the flank. If she can find someone in the box again. Oh.
Unbelievable how much command Hope has had in this game so far.
And Serena McDonald's, we can't take away from the finishes, and she's going to be hunting that hat-trick now.
Absolutely. And this early on, again, we're just approaching the 19th minute. You got to think it's going to be coming soon.
Yeah.
We go. Wait on it. Let it play. Now. Now.
Still pressing strong at the front here, even 2 goals up.
I don't think Pickering wants to make any mistakes or allow SCROSOPPI to get across that halfway mark and potentially get an attack going. I think this high press that has been set up is really, really a smart idea from this Pickering side.
Yeah.
And it's clearly showing the effects as well. Obviously, 2 goals up now.
Don't need to be all the way over here. So late. Canary is faster than her, but if she wanted to be a problem. So late. Slide. We'll do both jobs.
And they've won it high again with Hope Winterbank. It's a hopeful ball. Oh, it's a lovely ball to find Hope Winterbank. And a great touch to keep her going. She could be on here for a finish. Wow, Cameron, just wow. Watching this Pickering side, this is not what we saw last year at all. They look a team transformed.
Absolutely, and like you said, 0 goal difference, 6 wins, 6 draws. You have to think that they are really, during this offseason, something changed, and obviously we saw with the coaching staff as well, a new coach in Peter Hogg coming in. So obviously his philosophy, his ideas to this Pickering side have shown to be proven, and it looks like Pickering's coming to say we're going for that promotion as well as SCROSOPPI.
You mentioned philosophy, and you can see it here, this mentality on the pitch already, with just trying to win it high, looking to be dangerous, looking to exploit the defense and their mistakes. You've got to commend it, really. And if they can keep it up in this game, it's not only going to be 2-0 at the end.
Drop. Relax. That's fine. Rita, you're too high. Read. In Hope, and back, Hopey.
Just holding on to the ball too long again.
No, you want to get that ball. Once you see the pressure, I saw support coming in, and unfortunately, just that, like you said, Joseph, that ball was held on for far too long. That should have been probably out of the boot and onto the next foot. And sometimes in these plays, you want to get that quick pass to kind of see what the options are as well. Like Maya Newcomb has been so explosive when that play has come down to her. She has come out explosive when we get those quick passes going.
Absolutely. You know what I'm noticing from this Pickering side is they know when to be direct and they know when to go back and recycle it.
Take care of that space.
Unfortunately, just offside there. Did well initially there, Ella Cahill, but again, just that last pass, that last decision really is just coming up trumps for this team, for SCROSOPPI.
The defensive side now, Vanessa Pianta is showing really well. 2 takeaways on 2 passes from Pickering to not allow like a break or anything in that back line, which is great to see the change now.
They could have an opportunity here, though. Ooh. They've won a corner.
But that's what I was saying. Maya Newcomb, one of the dangerous returning players for this SCROSOPPI FC side, and she had a great touch there and a great run at almost beating 2 defenders there. But also, we could add too, in like 16 League One Ontario Championship Division games, she had 6 goals. Or sorry, my apologies, 7 goals there in 16 appearances.
It's not bad at all. You wouldn't mind it from a striker. Should be wanting to build off of that, though, and really try and hit double digits this season, I would imagine.
Absolutely, and without the return of Zahara Zingano, they need a big piece to come into this lineup. Maya Newcomb could be that crucial piece for this SCROSOPPI side.
For sure, but at the moment they just need something. They need a lifeline. These clearances from the back have really been getting them in trouble as well.
White, open your body up.
Another great ball there. Samantha Banfield just opting to go early there, but we are seeing ball after ball find someone for this Pickering side from the defensive unit. Pickering are just relentless. All the SCROSOPPI defenders there just seem to stand still, thinking an offside line was cut and that a flag would go up, but no.
No, and Hope Windebeck this time gets a finish in that one as well. An assist for her and now a goal.
She's been class so far. And that's 3 to the good for Pickering, and even though we're only 26 minutes in, you got to think, is that going to be that? Because SCROSOPPI are not showing any signs of life at the moment. They've won it again high here.
Pickering FC goal scored in the 27th minute by number 3, Hope Windebank.
Haley Walsh there just trying to pull the strings, but no runner on the end. Cameron, before the game we were saying SCROSOPPI are finished second last year. They got to the
that promotion relegation playoff against North Mississauga.
And this just does not look like a side that won 11 games in the league.
And you know what? It's a mix, Joseph, of returning players as well and new faces into this lineup. And like we said before, it's clearly showing, too, that the losses of Sahara Zingano and Alexia Rooms are being missed in this lineup right now.
Yeah, and there's just some lousy decisions coming from the SCROSOPPI defenders and midfield. They've just...
Take the penalty! Take the penalty, Cara! Cara, take the penalty! Take the penalty!
They've got a free kick here in a promising area. And if they make it 4, we might as well stop this at half-time, I think. If I was Serena McDonald in this situation, I'd be pulling rank for this hat trick.
I'd be looking right at the back of that net looking for a shot.
Not far wide, but wasn't the greatest effort in the world.
No, absolutely not. And but you, like we said, she was looking for the back of that net.
Out, out, out!
Goalkeeper for SCROSOPPI, they're just asking for more. Most of these goals she has been a statue for, and that's not to her own fault. It's to these situations that Pickering have created with crosses into the box, defenders standing still, not tracking their men, and they're paying the price for it. When she has been in 1v1 situations, she's shown her class.
Absolutely, and we've seen her charge at the ball, trying to make sure she doesn't get beat around it and make sure that she can grab it. And like you said, we saw the 1v1s, and she, like you said, Joseph, when she needs to come up big, she will come up big.
What I'm noticing so far out of this game is just what team wants it more. You're seeing these 50-50 opportunities, and Pickering are not leaving anything up to imagination. They are 110% committed to the challenge, to the cause, and to this game.
That was unfortunately just too much of an inside ball for Simone Mully to get to. And that's usually where you want to see Maya Newcomb on that way, on this left wing, trying to get to that ball.
It's a lovely ball to find Hope Winterbank again.
Sammy, you can get it. Join the party, Sammy. Okay.
She's looked to play it through there instead of looking to beat the man and cross it like we've seen so far. Just another side of her game, I suppose.
No, it's that great heads-up play from her. She can cross it. She can commit it on the ground. It's all really good to see out of Hope Winterbank right now how much she commands the field.
Absolutely.
And this might be one of the mistakes you want from SCROSOPPI FC.
SCROSOPPI are looking for a yellow for Hope Winterbank after she kicked the ball away there, but the referee opting to keep his cards close to his chest at the moment. We do have an opportunity here, though, for SCROSOPPI.
No, it could be a key piece as well. I don't see a shot coming in, but I could see a cross into the box to potentially get a head on it or a foot on it just to get a goal back. Obviously, you want to go back at this late in the first half.
A goal here changes the complexion of the game, really. It gives them hope. And at the moment, as it continues, they're only going to lose that more and more. It's a decent ball in. Keeper's going to be counting her blushes there because that was not great goalkeeping.
And it's a thankful touch though for SCROSOPPI to get out for a corner kick, obviously here.
Yeah,
it's such a key piece to continue
keep
the
this pressure
momentum.
up, yeah. It's about capitalizing, though. They need to capitalize in these situations.
Looks like Maya Newcomb's going to be the one to be taking the corner kick down there.
It's not a bad ball in. Couldn't beat the first man, though, unfortunately. That was a lovely ball. Unfortunately, just a tad too high. As Pickering here could look to counter.
Soleil, you got to drop there, right? Soleil, you got to drop. Because then if you drag her out, Soleil, the Camaro would come in here. Drop. Drop, drop. Fine, rookie, that's fine. Second! Where's the middle of the...
That was an excellent touch there to watch the bounce on that turf there.
Absolutely. Tamara Brown there, the captain for Pickering FC. It's nice to see a decent turnout as well for this game.
Soleil, Soleil, this way, Soleil. Relax. Don't, Soleil. Don't get dragged over so much all the time.
You just know John Yaku, the head coach for SCROSOPPI, is thinking about what he's going to be saying at halftime. How he can get this team back and pushing for goals. Because at the moment it is not happening for them. Obviously last year, Cameron, SCROSOPPI went on to the quarterfinals in this competition and were met by Simcoe, who actually, for the winner of this game, would be going against Simcoe again. So initially we were thinking there could be revenge on the books for SCROSOPPI if they were able to bypass Pickering, but here it looks like Simcoe are going to have a new challenge to face.
Absolutely, too. And like you said, challenges for both SCROSOPPI and rivalry, between Simcoe County and SCROSOPPI FC, both in the men's and the women's side of things. Obviously, too, 2023 saw Simcoe beat SCROSOPPI FC in the League One Championship to win the title. Unfortunately, that men's side didn't do as well last year, but had a little bit of a hot streak towards the end as well. But same thing with this women's side. A lot of new things have changed in Simcoe. It'd be great to see what happens next in the next challenge between if we either see Pickering FC or SCROSOPPI FC.
With the way Pickering are playing right now, I'd want to watch every game.
And obviously, too, you have a former Canada men's national team alumni up in Simcoe who is calling the shots for the men's side. I'm not sure about the women's side, but I'm sure he has a little eye under that side as well to have his command there as well.
Absolutely. And Pickering again here, just quick play in the middle, getting out wide, beating their men, and getting the ball in.
I didn't realize that actually hit the upright of the football uprights and not the goal crossbar.
A little bit. Now we go. Now we go. Now.
3 goals to the good, and they are still relentless in their press. Trying to win it high, trying to cause errors and cause more goals going in the back of the net.
Absolutely. And one thing that we've been seeing more and more, Joseph, is that, like we said early on, Pickering has been capitalizing on these opportunities and missed chances from SCROSOPPI FC, with whether it's a bad touch, a bad pass, or just reading the play so well. They have capitalized, and hence why they have 3 goals now. And this is the point early on that I was saying about just trying to kill the time or trying to hold the possession in their favor. And Pickering's doing a great job, still trying to get the attack going.
Yes, buckets, thank you.
What What I'm noticing is there is movement everywhere, Cameron. Movement everywhere. They've got runs in behind. When they're playing it to feet, they are moving after, creating space, creating angles. Something we've seen SCROSOPPI try, but every time they look to play it, they're losing it from this press. Opt in long now.
Didn't seem like there was any communication there to let, I believe that's Tara Bennett, number 5. Yes, Tara Bennett. Let her know that there was a man on.
No, she's not been having a great game so far, and it even looks like she just switched sides there now. Intelligent play there by Solel Elliott at the back. And that's 4. Time and time again, we've seen the SCROSOPPI side try and play it from the back, and time again, we've seen a mistake and a goal costed.
It's unfortunate right now. Lisa Palucci even took a tumble on that, and I believe that was Serena for the hat trick.
It was, yeah.
As well, so
38-minute hat trick is not bad at all. Cameron, these SCROSOPPI players, the manager, everyone in the stadium is going to be asking themselves one thing. Is there a way back?
It seems we have seen close comebacks come. I'm not saying it's not done yet, but a goal this late in this frame would be crucial for SCROSOPPI FC.
It just looks so unlikely at the moment. They've not had a touch in the box of the opposition yet even. Whereas this Pickering side, relentless, looking to go forward, looking to create, looking to score.
It looks like we're going to get a yellow card as well.
Was a late challenge. And with an opportunity to go through. Another chance here from a set piece.
39th minute by number 18, Serena McDonald. That completes her hat trick.
Natalie Mohoyan is going to be looking to get this in the box and look to create something. They need something, and they need something now.
And Natalie Moynihan with that great left foot in this crucial area, a great cross would be key from her.
Wasn't a bad ball, but it was dealt with. No foul, says the referee.
It was a very, very short ball as well. You could see it kind of dying in the air as it was going.
Yeah, not enough pace on the ball, really. In that kind of situation, you want to be whipping it across that 6-yard box.
Yellow card issued in the 40th minute to Pickering FC's number 25, Solel Elliott.
Opting to go long now, Pickering, choosing to make no mistakes building it out, and it's worked anyway. That midfield of Pickering is outworking SCROSOPPI's. Absolutely. Do you think the game plan changes? I don't think it does. I think they continue this press, they continue on, and they keep scoring goals. But SCROSOPPI are working it well down the line. Can they get something into the box here? It's great defending by the captain there. If it's going to come for SCROSOPPI, it's not going to come easy.
Well, they need the chances where Pickering has had with the runs and the missed bounces and everything, and that was almost crucial again for Pickering, or a gift right there. A little bit of miscommunication in that back end. Alyssa Paolucci thankfully got her foot on it, but unfortunately, like, a little bit of communication would have gone a long way.
Absolutely. I have to say, we've talked about Serena McDonald with her hat-trick, of course. We've talked about Hope Winterbank with her goal and assist. But number 4, Brianne Dessa, has taken control of this game in the middle.
Absolutely.
Can't tell if it's Brianne Dessa or Rodri I can see out there, but both showing signs of a great holding midfielder. Cameron, we're 2 minutes away from half. They're 4-0 down. What do you think John Yaku is going to say to his players in there?
I think the crucial thing is they need to start waking up. It's 4-0 down. You gave up an early hat trick on. You need to get everyone focused and ready for this big comeback. And these free kicks have to be capitalized on.
For sure. They're opportunities, but no one's attacking them in the box. And they've won another free kick here. Starting to pick up a bit of momentum towards the end. If they could get one now, we might be looking at a different second half.
This is the most crucial free kick right now I think I have ever seen early on in football or soccer whatsoever, whatever you want to call the sport from Europe or North America. It is a very, very crucial free kick for this side.
And it looks like Natalie Mohoynihan is going to have a chance on net here. It's blocked by the wall. First 2 again by Pickering. They have not stopped. For 45 minutes, they have not stopped. Going forward, defending. I wasn't expecting this physicality from them as well.
No, absolutely not. It has gotten very, very physical.
But even when they're playing it in these situations, it's effortless at times. And we can see the fourth official. The fourth official there just indicating 2 minutes adding on. Cameron, Pickering, since their fourth goal has come in, have opted only to go long. Do you think that's to avoid making any mistakes like SCROSOPPI have made in this game so far?
I could see that, but even on those long balls, you could see off the bounce from SCROSOPPI, Pickering has ended up with the ball back on their foot and trying ever so desperately to keep adding the pressure on.
But it's like I've mentioned, they've been outworking SCROSOPPI from the first whistle, really.
And that ball that ball in a way has been a magnet to this Pickering side. The amount of times that ball has glued to somebody's boot is unbelievable.
Hat-trick hero there, Serena McDonald, just straying offside. But if she wasn't offside, they were in again. They have numbers up all the time, playing that 3-5-2. They've always got the 3 hanging high, wing backs high as well. Perhaps John Yaku will be looking at a change of system, change of formation in the second half to really try and unlock this defense of Pickering's.
All you could see is that there has to be an attack coming forward.
No foul there, the referee says.
And again, I said no communication. That has been a struggle for the SCROSOPPI side. Almost another man on for them.
They've won another free kick here. And I'll mention one name for SCROSOPPI, and it's Kennedy Price, number 18. She has looked to get involved and create, but with little to no movement up front or even in the middle, there's going to be an impossible task there to create something. Pickering to the first ball again. Oh, and they're in. Cameron, that concludes our first half. 4-0 to Pickering FC. Not what anyone imagined, I don't think. But we're going to have to see what these two teams come out with for the second half.
Absolutely. And you got to think, with your SCROSOPPI FC, you need to come out hard and fast and try and get a goal early on in that second half.
If it doesn't happen within the first 5 to 10 minutes, I think they'll be looking to
It'll be
week.
a lot of chasing, or like you said, a lot to next week for their home opener.
Yeah. Okay. We are going to leave that there and be back for the second half. With the second half set to kick off now, Cameron, we've noted what should SCROSOPPI do, what can they change, but what can Pickering do? What will their goal be now in the second half, do you think?
At this point, Joseph, I would say Pickering FC really just needs to keep possession and just kill time until that 90 minutes is up.
With the way they're playing, Cameron, I don't see that being the case. I think they want to bury them. I think they want them dead and buried. They have not beaten this team. They didn't beat them at all last year. I think this is going to be a message they're sending not just to SCROSOPPI FC, but this is something is going to be echoed through the league, that this is a different Pickering side this year out.
Absolutely, and like we said, we saw it right off the bat in that first half for the Pickering FC. We saw that hat trick come in, my apologies, for Serena McDonald, number 18. But we even mentioned, too, another key piece, Hope Windabank getting her first goal and one of the assists on McDonald's goals. You got to think those two together, just that connection is clicking very well between the two players.
Absolutely. And going forward, they are dangerous. But what I have really appreciated in the game so far is Brienne Dessa, number 4, the holding midfielder. It's really... having a player like that makes a team tick and allows those forward players to be able to go forward without having to worry about if they are going to be covered or not. And number 4, Brienne Dessa, is covering them like she's 3 players herself.
Absolutely. And we have a substitution already coming in. I believe we're just waiting for the announcement, but on this League One app, it says Soleil Elliott has come out of the game. And to replace Alison Domingo, number 24, will be taking her spot.
Looks like a change at the back. Maybe just avoiding an injury for a key player is what the coach is thinking there. And we're off for the second half. 4-0 to Pickering, 0 to SCROSOPPI.
And there goes the board up. And look, the pressure coming in from this SCROSOPPI side.
Well, they've got to make something happen, Cameron. They've got to make it happen quick.
Absolutely. And yet another corner kick. We have seen them get an amount of corner kicks in that first half, Joseph, but right now as well, it just hasn't been seen. Like we said, the name of the game right now is capitalization, and Pickering has done a very good job at capitalizing on their chances. SCROSOPPI needs to find a way to capitalize on their own.
It's now or never.
And that just hit the side of the net.
It's another poor delivery into the box. Not even a chance for a player to attack that. For SCROSOPPI to have any chance in this game, it has got to happen within the first 5 minutes. And you've got to imagine that their head coach, John Yaku, has given them the hairdryer treatment in that changing room. They were second out. You've got to imagine for 15 minutes there, he did not stop talking or even yelling.
Substitution at the half for Pickering FC, coming out of the game, a number 25, Soleil Elliott, coming into the game, number 24, Alison Domingo.
And Pickering win it high again.
And it's the miscommunication to the SCROSOPPI side that has allowed Pickering as well to capitalize on their chances and regain the possession. And look at that ball.
Defenders hoping for an offside there, but it was a pin-perfect ball and run.
You know, as a kid playing soccer, Joseph, I remember the name of the game too as well for when you're playing is if the ref doesn't blow the whistle, you just keep playing.
Absolutely. They've worked it well though here, SCROSOPPI. It's a good ball in.
Wake up!
Just straight at the keeper, unfortunately. But if they can do a bit more of that, they're going to have to start putting them in the back of the net to make them really count. But shows of life. Signs of life, sorry.
Absolutely. Mira Soleil with that touch, unfortunately, just couldn't direct it by the keeper. Just shot it right at her. But that's the chance you want to see out of SCROSOPPI. But those quick crosses have got to come into effect as well.
Good ball. Another name we haven't mentioned for this Pickering side, Cara Therian, number 9. She has been working like a horse so far in this game, dropping deep, collecting the ball, and spraying it wide for those wing-backs to get up high and get the balls into the box.
Absolutely, and I've seen Cara Therian play at the FTF Top 60 Women's Combine as well. And a lot of these plays you see from there, like you said, all those things she has played so well with at that tournament. But also I've seen Maya Newcomb play, and like I said, with the pressure the play she can put on, or any of these players can put on that participated in that, it really shows in these leagues too.
For sure, and I think her and Serena McDonald are both benefiting from playing a 2-striker system.
Absolutely.
And really working off of each other.
It's also Pickering's way of just slowing down the game and still really commanding the game like we're seeing right now.
They're in no position where they need to chase anything. They can take complete control, and at some point SCROSOPPI is going to have to start pushing 1, 2, 3 men forward to try and find anything.
Absolutely.
Really.
It's got to be more of an attack from the SCROSOPPI side rather than more like a balanced or defensive kind of formation.
What do you think the message was from John Yaku there?
I think
in the changing room.
I think it's pretty much the pressure, and just I think it's going to be calmed down as well from John Yaku. We have seen them rush the pass like that, for example, going all the way back to the goalkeeper. You can't be rushing these passes or the play. You need to slow it down, calm, and look for the options. Keep your head up and play around and look for what you want to do with that ball.
They've got numbers up here, but the recovery runs from Pickering, using their bodies, winning the ball back, it's been class so far. And here's Brianne Dessa again, just making it tick in the middle. We've heard of men against boys. This has really been women against girls so
Absolutely.
far. And we are 5 minutes in, and we've had a decent cross in from SCROSOPPI, but besides that, they still look second best as they give away a foul here in their own half.
And these are the kinds of things you don't want to be giving in your own half.
It's just going to push them deeper and deeper, and that's harder to counter from. Looks like they're just going to work it short here.
And that ball probably shouldn't have found its way onto the Pickering foot, but it did somehow, and that's kind of the sloppiness that we're seeing in that back defensive formation.
Yeah, and they are going to keep up this press by the looks of things and keep up their relentless attitude. They're not done with 4, I don't think. But you even see the way the system is working for them. They're keeping them wingbacks nice and high, so it's forcing the wingbacks of SCROSOPPI to really drop, and it's causing that back 3 to be more of a back 5, and it's very flat. They're getting played over time and time again. You got to question maybe the line, where they are, that back line isn't the correct spot, and Pickering have just taken advantage. I don't think I've seen a second ball won by SCROSOPPI today. And I think that's a big part of Pickering's success so far, is that they are winning that ball. Whether it's on the first bounce, second bounce, whatever the case is. And they've lost it again. Oh, bit
Very
lucky.
lucky Tierra Bennett was there to grab that ball back.
Again, poor passes. No foul, says the referee. Quick turn there by Serena McDonald, and she looks to go forward. It's a good challenge, but they work it wide again. Not a bad ball. Oh, unlucky for Hope Windle.
I believe he was trying to say Hope Windabank there.
Windabank.
It's like a tongue twister as well, trying to...
A couple of these names, Cameron, are tricky.
But no, like you said, Hope Windabank, what a touch, almost a touch and a finished almost. Unfortunately, just hits the upright again of that football upright and not the crossbar. If that would have probably stayed down, I probably could have potentially been the 5th goal and potentially the end of the game early on.
It's a hard finish on the half volley. Sprinting in at pace as well. I haven't seen her stop sprinting for 50 minutes. 54 minutes, I should say. We could count this 4-0 victory to what we've just seen then. A team capable of playing through the press and generate and create from it. And what a ball that was. No end product at the end, but that was a sweeping ball by Mackenzie Scott there. Quick switch there from wingback to wingback, and this SCROSOPPI side just has not got the answers, I don't think.
It's going to be a struggle, and if this is the way it's going to look, it's going to be a very, very tough season for this SCROSOPPI side.
Looks like we've just had a change there as well, with Cara Theron going off for Mayan Fernandez. Change up top.
Oh, nobody's there. Slide everybody.
I think at this point, Peter Hobb is just going to be looking at saving a couple pieces for the league start next week and giving some opportunities to others that unfortunately didn't start, but he does have a healthy bench, so might as well take advantage.
Absolutely.
Brian Dessa has just controlled this game from the kickoff.
Coming out of the game, number 9, Cara Tyrion. Coming into the game, number 10, Mayan Fernandez.
They've won themselves a corner here, Pickering, and they do not look like letting up. They want to send a message, and that message is we are here and we are going to be a force to reckon with.
Absolutely. And I don't really think, Joseph, I have seen a corner kick come out of this Pickering side with the amount of chances they have created in this game.
Well, unfortunately for SCROSOPPI, that will be because they ended up in the back of the net. But let's see how they manufacture something from a corner here. Wasn't a bad ball, but it was well defended in the end. Captain Tamara Brown there, just losing out, but I'm sure she'll settle with a throw-in for SCROSOPPI that high.
And Pickering gets that ball back.
Look at this press. You would not think they're the team 4-0 down. It's a great tackle there by the captain. And again. Good ball to find Mackenzie Scott, who looks forward.
And that was a great read from Pianta.
They've given it away again. And that's the hat-trick here. Serena McDonald still putting in the hard yards there to win the ball.
And like I said too, Joseph, that hard bounce on that turf is going to be crucial. And we just saw right there, obviously, a bad touch on that led that ball to go out.
I just noticed a second ago Serena McDonald holding her thigh, and she's just gone down, it looks like, with a head injury now. We hope it's nothing serious.
No, absolutely not. A key crucial piece of this Pickering FC side. It would be heartbreak right now if she went out in this game, and obviously with the start of the season coming up, but it looks as though she's getting up on her own. I don't think anything... I don't think
serious.
Yeah, no. I don't think anything really came out of that serious. But we did have a few substitutions coming in for SCROSOPPI FC, which we will see in just a bit. But could these be key pieces that could come into this game and probably get a goal back or make it a closer game? We could see it happening. It's just we're approaching the 59th minute. It's going to be a long shot for this to be a comeback of anything.
Not sure what the call was there from the referee, but SCROSOPPI have a free kick in the opposition's half.
I think SCROSOPPI wanted to take that quickly, that free kick. I don't really see why they were delaying that, honestly, Joseph. There was a clear chance of Alequejo kind of get on that right wing.
Perhaps they thought something better would come from a free kick like so, and we're about to find out. We've seen the same time and time again today.
Absolutely, and another free kick for Pickering FC.
We were expecting a game on our hands today. Aside Pickering, who had struggled against SCROSOPPI in the past, with a draw and a goal and a win, sorry, for Pickering or for SCROSOPPI, but today has just been poor from SCROSOPPI. Looks like one team turned up and one didn't, to be very honest with you. Watching here in person, the passing, the pressing, the energy just has not been good enough from SCROSOPPI FC.
Out of the game, number 22, Jazz Dev. Coming into the game, number 20, Ava Spangolo.
Just hearing John Yaku there asking for his players to get higher. I think he's just looking for anything at this point.
And again, looking for that handball. Obviously, as well, we were talking about earlier, it has to be a hand to ball, not a ball to hand. And unfortunately, that was just a little bit of miscommunication there. We got some more substitutions coming in for Pickering.
We're seeing hat-trick hero Serena McDonald go off for Amelia Hillman.
No, I'm not sure if that's for precautionary reasons as to when she was taken down earlier and was holding her head in her thigh, or if it's just out of energy. And with a good cushioning lead, I would say it's just to rest her for the start of the season.
I would think it's that reason. She's done her job today. She's got her 3 goals. She's got the game ball. She'll be happy. It's a good opportunity at the 61st minute. Give some players half an hour, see what they can do, see if they can make an impact.
And it looks behind the play, I know the viewers can't see this, but we have lost one of the Derby Star balls.
Cameron, we're 62 minutes in. If I had to ask you, if you had to tell me a man of the match for the game, who would you be looking at?
I think without a shadow of the doubt, that's number 18, Serena McDonald. Obviously, we could talk about the hat trick, but we could talk about with all these Pickering players too, who have commanded this game. But Serena McDonald has shown the most command, the most read of the game, and probably the most calmness on the pitch that we have seen through so far. This first 63 minutes of the game that we are seeing right now.
You can't argue with a hat trick. But what I'm seeing from Brianne Dessa, I have not stopped shouting her name so far in this broadcast, and that's because having a player like that, just holding that midfield, controlling the game, being a destroyer at times, a ball destroyer, it's one of the most useful positions to have a player like that.
Absolutely. Well, I think, honestly, if we could have like a 3-star kind of system, I think it'd go Serena McDonald, Brianna Dessa, and Hope Windebeck has been probably the 3 crucial players for this Pickering FC side. And it looks as if, though, like we said time and time, Joseph, this is not just looking to be like a time to waste for Pickering FC. They are trying to end this with a mark and a bang.
For sure. Pickering is saying we're here and we're here to stay. We're not going to be doing what we did last season. We're looking to win games, and we're looking to do it in style. And they're not scared of being direct with the ball, and it causes a lot of issues for SCROSOPPI at the back.
Substitution in the 62nd minute for Pickering FC. Coming out of the game, number 18, Serena McDonald. Coming into the game, number 20, Amelia.
Captain Tamara Brown there, just taking advantage
And the second substitution coming out of the game, number 8, Samantha Bain.
in that 1v1, and even winning the throw in there. A key thing in this game is how quick Pickering are moving the ball opposed to SCROSOPPI there. 2-touch max, ball's in. Should be a goal here, really. That was great build-up play there, Cameron, but just no end product at the end of it.
Absolutely, and that ball has just gone out of play, but that was probably the better end of the defensive side of SCROSOPPI FC that we've seen for a while in this game, Joseph. Just making sure that a shot from Mackenzie Scott could not be given.
Great save by Elisa Paolucci there. We can tell from where we're standing that she has not been happy with her defensive line all game. But we see another corner here from Pickering, see if they can create something. It's dealt with by the keeper, but Mackenzie Scott there just having a try, but it's well blocked. Again, it seems Pickering just want it more. Oh. Could have been a costly mistake there, but
Referee! Hey, Ali! Keeper! Play the keeper!
And we're getting a yellow card for that.
was that
Ball
for
kick
Tamara
away.
Brown?
That was for her, yes.
For the captain there.
Or sorry, no, but I believe that was Brooklyn Mitchell is the one getting the yellow card there for that.
Interesting.
Kick
She
after the
wasn't.
whistle.
She wasn't the one initially in the challenge, but
No, it was after she kicked the ball away out of the play. So
yeah, you
Oh,
can't be
she's
doing
like,
that.
You can't be doing that. And we saw him get the warning in that first half for the first time it happened. But now I think the cards have to come out when you do it a second time.
Opted to play it out wide here instead of getting it in the box.
And that's a great way to avoid that from going out on SCROSOPPI FC.
They've looked a bit sharper in the second half, but still nothing to write home about.
It's been more in this later half that we've seen that
push from the back there by Mayan Fernandez. Lost count of the amount of wasted free kicks by SCROSOPPI so far, but it's high.
Yellow card issued in the 67 minutes of Pickering FC's number 23, Brooklyn Mitchell.
And they've given it away there and build up again. And they are so direct, Pickering, just looking, one pass, get in. Oh, referee, I'm not sure if that was a foul, but I'll stick to my job, you stick to your job, I suppose.
Yeah, and then Mayan goes out to the right. Okay? You got it all? You got, make sure you get all that information. Say something with your team. You got it all?
Got movement on the bench here for Pickering again. Cameron?
I think it's just to give the players now just a time to play as well, but just kind of freshen up the key players that are going to be playing in the opening words. I lost my words there for a second.
For sure. We're 70 minutes in, and I'm pretty sure Peter Hobb will be looking to next week himself now and just looking to save a couple players.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, Joseph, I think I just saw another yellow card thrown up, but I'm not. We'll have to wait to see if we have. We'll just have to see what it is, but yeah, we are going to get a substitution now.
Peter Hobb desperate for the substitution to happen sooner rather than later, with the player being on the yellow card.
You're by yourself, Amelia. Back. Understand? Hey, get that information. Back, you understand?
That's Tristan Cotterell coming on for Brooklyn Mitchell. Just a change at the back.
Sort it out.
Also, my apologies. That yellow card actually was to SCROSOPPI FC's captain, Vanessa Pianta, that was thrown up earlier.
Tamara Brown, number 2, the captain for Pickering, just never looks flustered, never looks like giving the ball away. Always trying to get involved, always protecting her team. There's Brianne Dessa again, just cleaning up. Right on cue there as well.
To Pickering FC, coming out of the game, number 23, Brooklyn Mitchell, and coming into the game, number 5, Tristan Cotterell.
It's a nice idea there. Oh, she's blocked the clearance. No penalty, says the referee, but dangerous going down like that in the box.
Great little nifty bit of footwork here. It was a great challenge from Vanessa there, but again, when you have a yellow card, you want to be so careful that you don't pick up that second yellow and get that red card and go off and send your team down with 10 men.
For sure. But we are seeing here just Brianne Dessa dominate a football game. Tamara Brown there just being a nuisance for Elder Cahill. And they've won it high again. She's looking for runners off of her. Comes in the look of Hope Windowbank. It's not a bad ball, and it stays alive. They've got a fifth here, but they're in each other's way.
Great
Ball blocked
block.
in the end. First time we've seen some miscommunication, I'd say, from Pickering.
Nothing that was shocking there, but you would think the communication would be better between that when you had the prime chance with two attackers right in front of Elisa Paolucci.
SCROSOPPI here, they've got numbers up. And yet again, we've seen them not capitalize.
And you never ever want to probably stop in this momentum shift when we're about 15 minutes away from almost the 80th minute mark, or the end of the game, my apologies.
She managed to work across in the end, but when you kill, like you said, the momentum there, you kill it and it slows everything down.
It gave her in that momentum, Maya Newcomb, it gave the Pickering defender time to see, or give her time, my apologies, to react and get back in time to help defend. And an injury coming up now, and I think that goes, if I'm not mistaken, that's Karina Roble that will be coming off right now for SCROSOPPI.
We're going to see a couple more changes as well from Pickering.
So we start with that drop ball.
Something that Pickering has really taken advantage of in this game is playing off of each other, especially that forward line, controlling, dropping back and spreading it wide. Lovely turn there by number 20, Amelia Hillman. Offside there.
Work. You gotta get back quick. Amelia. Work. When it was hit, you were offside. Back. Go to fullback.
We're going to see Faith Metcalf-Seminia here. And Chantal Williams, come on. For Haley Walsh and looks like Hope Winderbank. Hope in that first half was relentless. Bit more muted, safer option in the second half. She did have that opportunity there at the back post when the ball was whipped in and she just hit it slightly over the bar, but a great performance from her, and I'm sure the coach will be happy.
Absolutely, a crucial piece in that first half, as we said. Again, we had a 3-star system. I would say it's Serena McDonald, Brianne Dessa, and Hope Winderbank, who were the key pieces today for Pickering FC.
Some players we haven't talked about in this Pickering FC is that defensive unit. It was a no-go for anything for SCROSOPPI in that first half especially. They were having none of it.
And again, more miscommunication, and Pickering is just countering on these attacks.
We can talk about Serena McDonald with her hat-trick. We can talk about Brianne with being Rodri-like today. And we can talk about Hope with her relentless running on the right flank. But at the end of the day, this has been one team that turned up, one team that hasn't. And that team that turned up has played some beautiful football at moments and have pressed so well. At this point, Cameron, you got to think, if you're John Yaku, you're looking for a form of consolation, something to have a positive about. And so far, there has been nothing.
No, absolutely not.
We see again here the relentless pressing of Pickering and just causing error after error at the back for SCROSOPPI.
And that ball just rolled all the way back to Abigail Harrison. And she just went to pick it up. So you could see now with just over 10 minutes to be played left in this game, and whatever the stoppage time will be, this is pretty much now SCROSOPPI FC is just trying to play for at least a goal and not trying to leave that big zero on the board.
Unmarked! Keep it! Move it!
We can hear echoing from head coach Peter Hobb, keep the ball moving. He does not like seeing that ball standing still and in one area. If it's on the right, he wants it on the left. If it's on the left, he wants it on the right. Quick switches are part of their game, and we've seen today how deadly that can be. Especially with their personnel. Hope on the right, Mackenzie Scott on the left. And again, just too slow on the ball from SCROSOPPI. She did go through the back of her, but a bit lucky there for Captain Vanessa Pianta to get that call. Ten minutes to go, Cameron. What does this tell each coach about their team for the rest of the season to come?
For Pickering, I'd say it's a message sent to the league to be put on standby that they are here not to mess around and here to hopefully, like we said early on, that promotion to the Premier Division is the goal for all these teams here. But especially for SCROSOPPI FC, after that season they had last year, for John Yaku, there is some work to be done everywhere on this pitch right now.
For sure. If I'm another team in the Championship Division right now watching this game, I am frightened by what we're seeing from Pickering.
Easy, simple.
I'll be shocked if this team does not beat their record of last year, finishing 5th.
And the first meeting between these two teams, Joseph, will be June 14th, so you know whatever happens here tonight, it's going to be a battle in the regular season.
Oh, for sure. John Yaku's going to look for an answer there in that game. Look for a reply.
And the last game of the season for SCROSOPPI FC is actually away at Pickering, funny enough. So we got one middle of the season and we got one to end the season, another battle between these two clubs.
Like I said earlier, I'll be wanting to watch every Pickering game if this is how they're going to be playing. But more's got to come from SCROSOPPI, both at the back and up top.
And we got another sub coming in. Captain Vanessa Pianta will be coming out of the game for Amanda Rankin.
10 minutes to go. Probably coach is thinking, let's get the captain off. Look to next week. Last thing that he'll be wanting now, John Yaku, is an injury to a key player.
No, absolutely. That was almost a gift on the foot of Ella Cahill, but unfortunately she couldn't capitalize.
And now it even looks like Pickering's got numbers up. It's a good, well-timed tackle there by Amelia Hillman. Or not Amelia Hillman, sorry. That's Ava Spagnolo, another one of the substitutions for SCROSOPPI.
Substitution in the 82nd minute to SCROSOPPI FC coming out of the game. Number 4, Vanessa Pianta. Coming into the game, number 25, Amanda Rankin.
Cameron, what I've liked watching in this Pickering side is that they're not playing one specific way. They're switching quick, they're playing direct balls over the top of this high line, and they're also showing that they can pass and move in the tightest of spaces. Whatever he's done, Peter Hobb, he has created an animal if they can keep this up. Ball there was just a bit too close to the keeper. But again, look to be direct, get the ball into the box. Thumbs up SCROSOPPI today, I think.
That bounce, like I said, was a very crucial point in that on this turf field, and unfortunately, you saw it there just bounce right by Ella Cahill.
Another loose touch there by SCROSOPPI, number 7. Haley Baboot. It's another poor pass leading to a 50-50.
It has been more of that miscommunication from the SCROSOPPI side. That really has to be worked on ahead of the start of the season against Rush Academy. And unfortunately, you do not want to be doing that this season, because if that's the case, this could turn into a very, very difficult season and a struggling season for SCROSOPPI.
For sure. We're one game in, and John Yaku and SCROSOPPI FC have a mountain to climb to improve for their next game. Seeing a much more animated John Yaku on the sideline as well, rather than the first half. Whereas Peter Hobb here has not stopped all the game. A real tactician, it seems. Brian Dessa just earning her team a free kick there.
What a power run. And what a save from Paolucci, and what a battle.
We mentioned earlier with Paolucci, these goals that they've conceded have not come from mistakes from her. In the 1v1, she has been a menace, has made herself big, and has saved her team. But her defensive unit in front of her has been poor.
I think if you heard that from the fourth correctly, Joseph, it doesn't look like there will be any added time to be played.
There hasn't been many stoppages. A couple free kicks, a couple corners, but I'm sure SCROSOPPI will be very thankful with no added time. Not a bad corner there, but a bit too far from the goal to make anything happen. Couple players diving in, and
the best ball so far for SCROSOPPI.
Let's see if they can make something happen here. It's a good save in the end. If I am head coach Peter Hobb there, I am not happy with the diving in. leaving your feet, your last man. You want to be making sure they're not getting past you.
Absolutely there.
Guys, how did we get caught out like that?
And if you can hear that through the microphones, that was probably exactly what you just said.
To be fair to Pickering, they're in order to make an error or two after the perfect 88 minutes we've seen before that. And they've got a 2-on-2 here. Opted to go long, but number 20, as we've seen, Amelia Hillman is fast.
Look at that. Like you saw, that power run from Hillman has been crucial.
And she's off the bench. To have that kind of pace coming off the bench is not something
you see
to take lightly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, it's Pickering just first to the ball. And look to work it out wide. 1 minute left, Cameron. You've got to give me a man of the match. Who is it?
I think, honestly, the match ball should go to, like I said, I think the player of the game this year, and that's today. My apologies there, and that's Serena McDonald for that hat trick to start a campaign for this League One Cup to help you win this game 4-0.
Absolutely. She'll definitely be the one winning it. You can't deny a hat trick, but there's just names like Hope Winderbank, Brienne Dessa, definitely. On the left wing, it was Mackenzie Scott. But at the end of the day, all these starters especially have been great for Pickering.
And you can't deny this bench so far with the likes of Amelia Hillman, who was crucial on these runs and almost got the 5th goal of the game if it wasn't for Elisa Paolucci just standing her ground.
Absolutely. I'm a bit disappointed, honestly, not to see a couple more goals, but I get it from the perspective of the coach. You take control a bit more of the game, but even from a SCROSOPPI side, the passing didn't improve. The pressing has been poor. Their passing, like I just mentioned, poor, and Amelia Hillman has an opportunity here in the last minute of the game, but it's just got away from her in the end. But positive runs. And that's full time, Cameron. What a display from Pickering.
An absolute game from Pickering FC. Unfortunate for John Yaku. It's not what you want to see here in the first round after a great season last year and a great run to the playoffs.
Absolutely. They're gonna have to build again to start. This is the first game and we're already looking at them in a different light than last season.
Absolutely. And obviously I'm just going to go pull up quickly both the next games. Obviously, I just mentioned SCROSOPPI FC will be playing Rush Canada Academy in their opening game of the season, while Pickering FC will be away facing Tecumseh United on the 20th. So action starts up next week, but for Pickering, as much as you are in this championship division, just below the Premier Division, you got to think Simcoe County, with this message sent early on, you should be really looking at this game and being prepared for what may come against them.
Absolutely. Simcoe has the advantage of being able to go right into that round of 16, being a Premier team. But if they've just watched that game, they've watched a relentless power horse that they are going to have to deal with in that round of 16. And I could very much see this Pickering side giving them an issue or two in that game.
Absolutely.
Just want to say a special thank you for all the viewers online as well for tuning in, and all the people that managed to make it out to the game here itself.
Absolutely. And Joseph, it was a pleasure calling this game alongside you. Great working alongside you today.
You too.